Now let's move over to our T6 Smart Thermostat, and this is again the connected version of the T6. Another thing that you'll see is that the push buttons are gone. Everything now has become a touch screen. You'll see the Wi-Fi symbol up here in the top right, so that's telling us that there's a Wi-Fi connection. We see our time up at the top, 6:09, currently is set for 90 degrees. We are in the heat mode. So as we hit the mode button, it's going to cycle down through. So this one is configured for a heat pump. Now these thermostats, same thermostat, can be configured for a conventional gas heating and cooling system, or it can be configured for a heat pump, or it can be configured for what we call a hybrid heat pump, getting more popular. That's where you have a heat pump and a gas furnace, where the heat pump operates as first stage of heating, and then the gas furnace operates as a second stage, or when the outdoor temperature gets too cold for efficient heat pump operation. So let's go back to, should have a, let's see, this one does not have auto programmed into it. I'm going to go put that in. Okay, sorry about that. So I went into the configuration and turned this into where it has auto mode. So as I hit mode, we go to our cool, off, emergency heat, and then auto up here at the top. And so when we're in that auto mode, it's gonna automatically, again, go back and forth to heating or cooling, whichever one is required. Let's look at our fan, see if it has the circulate button. Yes. So we can see here that we have now fan on, or auto on, and then circulate. So under menu, let's just go back. So we saw what mode does. We can go back between our different modes. Menu, we have screen lock. Again, we can lock that screen to where no one can change it. We can go into our Wi-Fi settings and connect to our Wi-Fi. We can adjust the brightness. We can change the clock, and we can clean the screen. So what that allows you to do is to clean the screen without accidentally making adjustments to your thermostat. Then we have our temperature scale. That's our Fahrenheit or Celsius. And then a reset just resets everything back to where we started from. So if you accidentally did something, you say, how do I get back? Just reset, and that will take you back to start. EQMT status, that's your equipment status. And so if you want to see what the thermostat is currently telling the system to do, we can select that. And it just says that we're in the wait mode. So every time we power the thermostat up, it's going to go through a 5-minute wait before it allows anything to happen. So right now it's telling us that we're in the wait mode. Once that's done, it would tell us that it's either energizing the heat, energizing the fan. It'll just tell you what's going on there. So I want to say done. Device info, that's just going to be talking about our thermostat. When you set up your ID or your Wi-Fi, it's going to ask for this MAC ID so it can know what device it's talking to. And so we're going to say done on that. And then an alert. Let's take a look at our alerts. So the only alert that's in there is telling us that there is no internet. So I currently am not connected to the Wi-Fi here in my building. I'm going to snooze that. It's not going to allow me to snooze. So that's just going to come up there, and that's going to be the case. Next, back to our screen lock. So those were all the options under menu. It's changing our temperatures. That's up here. Shows that we are turning our heat temperature way down. We don't want 90 degrees of heat. So 68. So for the auto mode, so we'd want to set our cooling and heat temperatures separately. So I think I just set my heating to 68. I'm going to set my cooling to 73. Now when I go into heat mode, into auto mode, then it's going to have those settings that we set for heating and cooling. So we had a heating set point of 68. The big number is our current room temperature, and so it's going to stay in that heat mode until it sees that it needs cooling, and then we'll see that set point change over to our 73 that we just set. I have the fan set to circulate on. I'm going to turn that back to auto for right now. And so another good thermostat, easy to operate, Wi-Fi connectable.